Hello and welcome, my friends, to Sound Healing on this Mindfulness Monday of BFRB Awareness Week 2022. I'm Jen Monteleone, the Interim Executive Director of the TLC Foundation for Body-Focused Repetitive Behaviors. Some quick housekeeping items before we get started. This is an educational webinar offered in a safe and welcoming environment for everyone attending today. If you have any tech challenges during the webinar, please use the chat box to message one of our TLC staff members, and we will be happy to help you. Please find a comfortable and quiet place today to participate in this webinar. We'll be together for about the next 30 minutes or so. And in honor of this healing space created today, the webinar will end in silence after David says these words: love, peace, and blessings to you all. The post-event survey that we normally post at the end of our webinars will be emailed to you after the conclusion of the event. Remember that by completing one of the post-event surveys, that enters you into the drawing to receive a BFRB Brave box valued at over $150. Our guest today is David Kennet. David is an intentional sound practitioner, a musician, voice coach, massage therapist, registered holistic nutritionist, and educator. David calls his voice and instrumental expression intentional sound. We're so happy to have David with us today. So please help me welcome David Kennet. Good morning, David.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jen.
You're so welcome. Thank you for being here today to lend your special gifts to be of support to our BFRB community. We are incredibly grateful for you. I'm going to go off camera now to receive this as well. Thank you so very much.
Well, hello, everyone. I invite you to try to get in as much of a comfortable position as possible. You don't have to look at your computer screen or phone, in whatever way you're receiving this broadcast. Headphones are recommended, but not necessary. So don't worry if you don't have any headphones on. Hopefully this sounds pretty good on your speaker, on your computer or phone. So I just like to give you a little quick background about me, how I got into sound therapy, sound healing. I struggled with severe life-threatening asthma through my childhood and teenage years, and really nobody seemed to be able to help me. Couldn't play sports. I was really kind of fragile and debilitated from this condition. And what I found was that after I began to sing, my asthma started to go away. And sure enough, there's a lot of research on the healing power of sound. Clinical studies show how our voice changes the biochemistry of our body. Serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, even nitric oxide, which helps us absorb oxygen, is increased. So not only is it beneficial for just improving your mood, sound can also help us release emotions. And I'm always very, very clear to communicate. I'm not a psychotherapist and I don't pretend to be, but this is such an incredible adjunct to professional counseling. So what I like to do is offer some techniques and tools a little bit in the intro to have something for you to take away, something to take away with you from this session, and then the rest of it you're just gonna you can just relax. So in Chinese medicine, there's something called qi ni sung, and qi ni sung is where we use our voice, and actually it's really just sounds mostly, to help us release perhaps some stuck emotions. There's nothing wrong with any emotion, right? But sometimes they get stuck. It's kind of like a guest in our household that's outstayed their welcome. So all emotions are normal human, grief, sadness, anger, fear. There's nothing wrong with any of those emotions, but sometimes they get stuck, right? And so we can use our voice to actually help ourselves release those emotions. And in Chinese medicine, they really believe that there's particular organs, specific vital organs actually, that can store these emotions. And we're going to start with, actually before we start with the lungs, we're just going to take a nice slow inhale together with our nose. And we're going to breathe out through our mouth. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, inhale. And exhale. And sometimes the on the exhale is really important, even though it sounds like so like you're in some kind of a hippie group or whatever. But honestly, the is our way of telling our nervous system that you're taking this moment right now to just chill out. You're going to get into the parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic is where we get very relaxed, where the body does a lot of healing when we're in parasympathetic. We're in sympathetic when we're, busy about our day and driving or whatever you might be doing. But now we want to get into the parasympathetic. So 1, 2, 3, slow inhale through the nose. And exhale. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, inhale through the nose. And a slow exhale with the mouth. Good. Thank you for showing up on this Zoom call, whether you're hearing it live or the replay. Thank you. Give yourself a thanks to your own self for taking this time for self-love and self-care. Really, so much in life, so many times in life we forget to just love ourselves, right? And this is an opportunity to give yourself that self-love, that self-care, okay? So starting with the lungs, this is releasing sadness and grief, and the sound is letting air out of a tire, or a balloon, okay? Don't worry, no one's probably watching you or in your own privacy of your home or wherever you are. Or it doesn't matter if you're in public. Here in New York, you can do all sorts of weird things. No one cares. So releasing grief, sadness, depression, whatever. There's so many synonyms for that family of feelings. And maybe you don't want to release anything. That's fine too, right? Just acknowledging that that's there, putting our hands on our chest. Beautiful. The next organ we're going to work with are the kidneys. So we have 2 kidneys in the backs. Most of us have 2. Hopefully you have 2. You can put our hands on the lower back. Also here are our adrenal glands. So this is our stress gland, really when we drink too much coffee or we don't get enough sleep, or actually, believe it or not, when we get sick. Any kind of infection, our adrenal glands really kick in. And so this is a time to give our body some love. Just putting your hands on your lower back. And the sound for this is shoo, okay? And I should mention the kidneys store fear, okay? So any synonym thereof, fear, could be nervousness, it could be feeling scared, feeling a little bit panicky, feeling unsafe, basically, really unsafe, right? So we're giving our kidneys some love, putting your hands there and making this sound shoo, okay? Shoo. Let's do this together. Shoo. It's like S-H-O-O-O. Shoo. Okay? Shoo. Shoo. Good. One more time. Shoo. I lied. One more time. Shoo. This is so important. We live in a very fearful world. Giving ourselves the opportunity just to release that. Beautiful. And we're going to do one last organ. There's more vital organs, obviously, but for time's sake, we're going to put our hands on our liver. So our liver is on the right side of your body, just below your rib cage. Put your 2 hands there. And the liver tends to hold anger, okay? Anger could be something a little more intense, a little bit older, which would be like rage, right? Rage is a pretty intense one. Frustration, right? What else? Any synonym thereof. I like to, sometimes I mention archaic words. We don't really use this word a lot, but wrath, that's pretty intense. I feel like that's an eye for an eye kind of intensity of anger. So if you're ready and if it feels appropriate, you can give yourself permission to surrender, let go, release this anger. Okay, and the sound for this is like shushing a baby. Okay, putting your hands there. Beautiful. Okay, so that leads us to the next portion of this, which is the sound meditation. And get into a comfortable position. We're going to actually release a few more emotions, but this time with sound, the sound of wind, okay? So I want you to get to really cozy, and I want you to imagine a white tornado of light spinning around you, okay? And this white tornado of light, instead of grabbing objects and destroying the planet, this time actually this is a helpful tornado. This tornado is actually grabbing whatever might be weighing heavy on your shoulders, on your heart, or in your mind. It could be anxiety. It could be nervousness. It could be just not feeling safe, okay? And I want you to visualize this white tornado of light spinning in a vortex, like a clockwise motion, okay? And it's spinning and it's grabbing that anxiety, it's grabbing that fear, that nervousness, and spinning it out through your body, out through your legs, out through the soles of your feet, deep into the core of the earth. Feeling that tornado of light, grab that. Maybe there's another emotion you want that tornado of light to grab. Maybe it's sadness, maybe it's grief, maybe you're ready to just let that go. Surrender, give it to the earth, give it to Mother Earth. Let that tornado of light spin around your body, grabbing that feeling of sadness, sending it out through your legs, out through the soles of your feet, sending it deep into the core of the earth, going. Maybe there's another feeling, maybe feeling abandoned. Could be anything, whatever might be weighing on your shoulders. Maybe trauma even, sending that out through your legs, out through the soles of your feet, deep into the core of your earth, giving yourself permission to surrender, to let that go. You can hand it over to earth, transmuting it into light, to love. Getting as comfortable as possible. The other thing we can do with sound is we can amplify your intention. So what is it that you need in this moment? Feel into that intention. That prayer could be something like, I feel safe in my body. I love who I am in spite of my flaws. That kind of thing. Feel into what you need in this moment. Just maybe say it to yourself softly, or think about it, and just, you don't have to continue to think about it. Just think about it at least once, let it go. It's in your thought pattern. So let these sounds amplify that intention.
Peace, love, and blessings.